Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tea Rush. I'm Matthew.
I'm Bethany.
And welcome to our year-end episode.
We are going to talk about Matthew's top 7 teas of this year. He's been spending a lot of time thinking about this.
There's 8.
There's 8 teas, top 8 teas of the year, and which one was his number 1 favorite? He does have a number 1 favorite.
Yeah, so I was just trying to think through what are all the teas I kind of gave 5 stars to this year, and these are the ones I could think of off the top of my head, basically.
Okay.
As you can see, 4 of them are raw pu'ers. They kind of dominated this year. So 3 of them are 2022 raw pu'ers. 1 is from 2016, so I guess we should just start there, right?
Okay.
Okay.
How does it count for this year if it was 2016?
Well, it was released this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that tea is Fortune Teller from White 2 Tea. There's a lot of other teas, pu'ers this year, where I'm like, I've drank higher quality leaves, but there's something about this tea that's just so addictive. It has hints of the age, and it still has fresh notes to it. Mm-hmm. So you get this explosion of flavor, and it's very smooth still. It's not gonna, punch you too much like other raw pu'ers. It's not bitter at all. I kept going back to it again and again this year. Top 8 for me. Do you remember it at all? No.
You should not ask me that question for any of these. I just want to drink all of them. You talk about it, I'm like, that sounds great. Let's drink it.
Let's head over to the other side. So these are in no particular order. I'm just going through them randomly. This one, Volition tea. It's not actually this tea, but we don't have the container of the actual tea that I chose, which is Volition Tea's Red Jade. This is a green one. Don't pay attention to that. All of Volition Teas are amazing. But this year, the 2022 Red Jade really stood out. It has such a unique flavor profile for a black tea. You are also a big Volition tea fan. Did you drink any 5-star Volition teas this year?
So you told me that I really liked the Raw Jade. Is that the orchid one? The one that had the orchid flavor? That's the one that I really liked.
Got it.
Was it orchid?
I don't know if so there's a white jade and a raw jade.
I think it was the Raw Jade.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was the Raw Jade that I really liked.
Which are both oolongs.
Yeah.
There's something about the Volition teas that you can tell they were like all these teas were sourced by the same person, because there's almost this like similar element throughout all of them. Specific floral sweet note, but they're all delicious. Next, the House Roast Mayer's Alishan Oolong from Mountain Stream Teas. Mountain Stream is one of these vendors where you can't really go wrong ordering anything from them. And every single year, the House Roast Mayer's Oolong is just spectacular.
We did a ton of this cold brew this summer. It was like, this is what we did. That was in our fridge 90% of the time.
Of all the teas up here, we definitely drank by volume the most of this, just because we were downing the cold brew all summer.
Yeah, it's really good.
Next, I think you'll recognize this one.
Yeah, I've been wanting to drink that for a really long time. Are you sure we can't drink these?
Hypno Train from White 2 Tea. There were so many good White 2 Tea raw pu'ers this year. This one just had like an extra something to it. And that's kind of like when you're drinking so many of like one type of tea, so many raw pu'ers, you're looking for something that's different from everything else. And this had a little something different on top of its delicious sweetness.
Okay. What is this?
This is a rock oolong from Red Blossom. Red Blossom, another one of those vendors where it's hard to get a bad tea from. They are expensive teas. But this one specifically, the Old Grove Shuijian rock oolong, I took one sip of that and I was like, this is 5-star. And on that note, there's another rock oolong that came in the My Tea Pal Tea Club. It's actually not this one because I drank the one, but there were a couple that came in the Wooey Star Month. If anybody is part of the My Tea Pal Tea of the Month Club, all the teas were rock oolongs from Wooey Star. And I will say a couple of those helped me get through some plane rides. So.
So I've had it. That's when you drink Grandpa style.
I'm not a good flyer. And there's nothing more comforting than when you're on a plane and, there's turbulence and you're like, we're going to die. and then you crack open some tea and the aroma hits you. You know, it grounds you, for lack of a better term. And so it was very
that a
helpful. It was a little bit of a pun. Next, Luminary Misfit from Mayleaf. So we just released a video on this a little over a week ago. And for me, this was really special because there was a ton of flavor in here, and it was all flavors I enjoyed and unique flavors. The fruitiness was really overwhelming and I thought amazing. It's not one of those pu'ers that's going to, you know, punch you in the face and knock you over, but it's super delightful. Did you like the Love Struck Rascal more than this, or are they equal?
They were equal to me. I mean, they were different from each other, but yeah, I enjoyed them both equally. You were a special fan of this. What about this one?
Moving on. Okay, I purposely saved this one for last because it was my favorite, and it is the White 2T Tea of the Month from, I forget what month it was. Maybe it was April, I want to say. But every year, White 2T does a spring Old Arbor raw pu'er. They also do an autumn one in around October. So for me, this was better than last year's. And the autumn one was amazing, but it was also better than the autumn one. It knocked my socks off. I took one sip of that and I was like, this is my tea of 2022.
Wow. So this came in the Tea of the Month Club, so you cannot purchase it.
It is not available for sale on the
Doesn't
website.
it kind of suck for people watching this video? They can't go buy it and you're like, this is the best tea of 2022.
Yeah, probably does. It also kind of makes it a little more special that not only that, there's barely any of it in here.
But we're going to drink it.
We're going to drink it now.
We're going to talk about it.
Because it is New Year's Eve. And what better way to celebrate the year than by drinking the best tea of the year? Let's break it open.
I think we should be drinking all of them.
You want to drink 8 teas?
Yeah, I do.
So because it's a little later in the day, I thought we'd just do a little tasting Gaiwan instead of a full session.
You're milking these leaves, trying to make them last.
I am, and I probably should just be enjoying them.
Yeah, because it's New Year's Eve.
There we go. What does that smell like?
You get your typical fresh apricot, but it's like so bright. It's not just apricot, it's like the freshest apricot, just perfectly ripe right before it's like too ripe, you know?
There's a little like rose note in there as well.
Yep.
But yeah, the sweetness is the first thing that you really get. It's also like a plantain or something. That's really nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a quick rinse. Slight butterscotch, caramely note.
I feel my whole body relax.
Should we make like a candle with that smell?
I don't usually smell the tea from this kind of vessel, but like I just smell it coming from here, and it's just so fragrant.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy New Year, everyone. It's so good. That was a really light steep, but there's still so much flavor. Like it makes a journey through your mouth.
And that's what's amazing. It's like it slowly unfolds in your mouth.
When I think of like the ultimate raw pu'er that I just want to give to everybody and be
This
like,
is it.
experience this.
It's magic. Can you make more of these? Can we call them up? Email them? Is there any way to get more of this?
So, Paul is very secretive about his sourcing. So the leaves he used in here, I don't know if he's using it in other cakes or if he just got enough just for the tea club cakes and that's it. If he has some of these stashed away somewhere.
Give you 500 Dogecoin. Now that we're drinking it, don't you wish we had gone a little bigger? Like, what are you gonna save this for? Oh, you're gonna drink this without me?
Yep.
Well, maybe it'll just go missing sometime. There's just so much sweetness coming off those leaves.
Yeah.
Steep too.
Much more full.
Very full.
Those leaves opened up there.
Yeah. So less tiptoeing around in my mouth and more like just full submerging of the tea.
There's so much action.
It's like, you know, what it makes me think of is this like really deep, rich, dark soil that's like just ready to be planted in. That's what this steep makes me think of.
Wow. I mean, you're probably describing everything that has been soaked and sucked up by that tree over, because I'm sure the trees this came from are over 100 years old.
Wow.
It would be interesting to know, exactly how old they are. And that's what I love about Y2T is they don't pretend to even tell you how old the trees are because they're not going to use that to market their teas. They're going to let the tea speak for itself.
This one's speaking to me.
It's indeed. Cheers.
Steep 3.
3. It's so good. That was a much stronger steep. Doesn't matter though that there's bitterness on this because it's so full of flavor.
Yeah, this one it does have a little bit more bitterness, but it's fine. It has like a charcoal flavor to me.
Is it like more minerality charcoal or ashy charcoal?
Minerality, like I'm licking a chalkboard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In a good way. I liked school, so.
Yeah, this one, it like feels like it has, a lot of tannin to it. Very thick. You want to do one more?
Yeah, because that one was a little strong. Yeah, let's do at least one more. I mean, you could cut it out, obviously, later. Let's try for at least one more that's not so long.
Okay, 4.
Steep 4.
Has a little more of the, like plantain, even a little potato more on this one.
Yep, I get the potato.
Yeah, I wonder how this will go over the next, 10 steeps.
Yeah, this definitely is an experience with every steep.
It's just sitting on that tongue with that potato aftertaste. Almost like with like the starch of the potato just clings on your mouth. Good stuff. Okay, let me know if anyone agrees with any of my picks. What was your top tea of the year? Let us know so that we can go try it if it's still available. Hopefully next year we can try a bunch of new vendors that we've never gotten to.
So you would say your New Year's resolution is not going to the same 3 or 4 companies to buy tea and broadening your horizons a little bit?
Yeah, I'm sure as people could tell with our videos, I'm a bit obsessed with a few vendors.
Yeah.
But yes, broadening horizons for 2023. So if you have suggestions for new vendors for us to try, put in the comments. Otherwise, we will see you guys in 2023. Have a great New Year's, everyone.